Today's video is going to be 101 things you may not know about me. So let's get to it. Despite having a YouTube channel here, I am an introvert at heart. Some of you may know this, but I lived in Japan for 2 years. And during those 2 years in Japan, I was there during 2011 when they had the huge Tohoku earthquake, tsunami, nuclear disaster of Fukushima. I was 300 kilometers away from the Fukushima site, and our town, Hachinohe, experienced a 3-meter tsunami. Of course, living in Japan, I spoke Japanese, but now I'm back in Australia, I only understand Japanese. I don't really feel confident speaking the Japanese language anymore. When I travel, even if it's just to visit family for the weekend, I pack way too much, but I need a whole suitcase of options. I met my husband Josh on an online dating site. Our mothers used to play together as children, but we never met. When Josh proposed to me, I told him to fuck off. I have a degree in primary education. I was a teacher for 5 years. Even though I'm a teacher, I prefer to work in retail or receptionist or some kind of customer service position. I'm a serial movie watcher. Hey, this one I may not be so proud of, but I am a twihard. I am a dedicated Twilight fan. Dedicated, especially around the time of the books and the movies. I watched my original Twilight DVD so much that I actually burnt a hole through the DVD and I had to buy a new one. I love going to the cinemas on a Tuesday in the middle of the day by myself to see a movie. I have no living grandparents. I have an irrational fear of balloons. Balloons popping just scare the crap out of me. But part of my work description is actually working in the balloon inflation department at Spotlight. Another one of my fears is that I don't trust machines, particularly machines that have to carry weight or carry a load of weight. Being in an elevator freaks me out. This one's a little bit sad, but when my husband first moved into our house, he accidentally killed my cat. I have bunions. Old lady's feet. I still have my wisdom teeth despite them growing like into my other teeth and dentists saying that I really need to get them out. I had my gallbladder removed when I was 21 years old, which is exceptionally young back in the day. And despite my buck teeth, I actually had braces as a child and had really straight teeth. I almost died when I was 7 years old from chronic asthma and double pneumonia. I've worn glasses since the 4th grade. In high school, I wore contacts, trying to be cool. I actually ended up getting severe infections which made my eyes swell up and I couldn't open my eyelids to get the contacts out, essentially creating an infection that was eating away at my eyeballs. At the moment, my eyesight is so bad that I couldn't even get contacts off the shelf to wear. They would have to specially make them for my eyes. We don't own a house, we choose to rent. I was skinny until about school age. I blame my childhood on my weight gain. It's basically the amount of steroids I had to take as a result of my chronic childhood asthma and all of the multiple pneumonias that I had one after the other. I hate theme park rides, roller coasters. I don't like cooked vegetables. I would much prefer to eat my beans raw. I'm super messy, but I love having a clean house that's organized. My younger sister cleans our house in exchange for babysitting. Water is pretty much the only thing I will drink apart from green tea. I don't have a defined religion. I don't categorize myself as being in a particular religion. In contrast, I do respect others that do have a religion, an organized religion that they follow, but I do not respect people coming to my house, knocking on the door and trying to sell me their religion. I love winter and rainy days. I can't stand the heat. Ugh. I am an extreme lover of 80s cartoons. I hate being unprepared, unorganized. I don't like being put into situations that I'm not ready for. Surprises make me really anxious. I hate being told that there's a surprise coming and that I don't know what the surprise is. I'm overly outgoing in reality to hide my insecurities and to hide my introvertedness. I'm a traditionalist when it comes to my life. I'm a real romantic person. Meet someone, get engaged, get married, have kids, and go down the traditional path of life. That doesn't mean I'm against other people that choose to have kids outside of wedlock or are single parents. I have seen a ghost or two before. There's a little bit of TMI here, but my belly button is an innie. Gross. My shoe of choice is a ballet flat. I don't do heels, I don't do sandals, I don't do thongs. Heels are the death of me. Because of my bunions, because I always wear ballet flats, any little heel, I get blisters instantly and I can't stand them. Why bother? My birthday is the 14th of September 1985, which means my parents had a very, very, very happy New Year. I'm a Virgo. I've never had a cigarette. I've never done drugs. My favourite animal is, of course, a cat. When I was younger, I was very much a dog person. I grew up in the country in a small town of about 30 people. 5 of them were my family. I studied piano for 5 years. I refused to sing in any piano exam that I had, but nowadays, any excuse to sing and I am right there. My singing voice is okay. You know I have a sister with 2 beautiful children, but did you know I have a younger brother? My family delivered bread for about 30 years and my dad still delivers bread. When I say my entire family, I mean everyone. Like my dad, myself, we would sort and deliver bread. I was delivering bread when I was like 12 years old. My sister and brother both helped deliver bread. Then when I got older, I went to supermarkets and merchandised bread and put bread up into the supermarkets of a morning on the shelf ready to go. My 2 main food weaknesses are bread, of course, and chocolate. When I was born, my parents were thinking about calling me Emma. My middle name is Jean, which is actually my auntie's name. It is something that I hold very near and dear to my heart. She was mentally disabled from meningitis on the brain as a teenager. Later on in life, thanks to all the ancient drugs that she'd been on for years and years and years and years to deal with the meningitis and the disabilities that she had associated with that, she actually contracted leukemia and died 2 years after, and ever since she's passed away, I hold that name with so much respect and with so much pride. My first paid job was working in a supermarket and I worked there for 7 years. Since then, I have only held a job for no more than 2 to 3 years. Although I have a degree in education, I always wanted a job in design or something creative, but I was always pulled away from that for some reason or another. I have a small photography business that I started up last year called Ruffles and Bowties Photography. I always wanted to dye my hair pink, but my jobs, my occupations, wherever I went, always was like, no deal, no deal, no deal. I care what people think, even if I act like I don't. I'm very honest, I'm very open, I always tell the truth, I tell it how it is pretty much. I don't like baths. The only time I like a bath is when it's in a Japanese soaking tub with water like up to your neck. Oh my gosh, now that is bliss. I don't like red meat and I'm also iron deficient. I love fashion and I love shopping. Unfortunately, due to the lack of options, variety and accessibility to plus size clothing here in Australia, my wardrobe is very limited to what is available and not my personality and what I would like to wear. I don't drink very often, but when I do, I prefer beer over spirits. I love swing dancing, and in my early 20s I did start swing dancing lessons. Unfortunately, due to contracting swine flu, there's another bonus one for you. I sort of fell out of practice with it and never went back. I have been on YouTube for 7 years. That is a long time. I prefer to do a lot of little things at once as opposed to focusing on one big project at a time. Some people see this as a negative thing and that I can't make up my mind, but it just keeps my mind busy. It keeps my mind active, it keeps it happy. I don't get bored. I'm not a morning person at all. Just ask my boss. My dream car is a Mini Cooper S convertible. My nickname in primary school was Granny. Even the teachers would call me Granny. And that was because of my glasses and my ultimate love for organising things in the classroom. In early high school, my name was Bugs. And yeah, that's right. You guessed it. Bugs Bunny, because of my teeth. In senior high school, this is where I really sort of became myself, and Nae was born, and now basically everyone calls me Nae. I don't trust doctors. So my first ever love, my high school sweetheart, cheated on me after 3 years in a relationship with a 16-year-old. We were 21 and he was her boss. They are now happily married and have a kid, and congratulations. good luck with the rest of your life. I love kickboxing and karate, and I did practice karate, taekwondo actually. I practiced taekwondo in high school and absolutely loved it and wish I'd kept it up. I was in a Biggest Loser contest when I was in university, not the TV show, but it was a Biggest Loser contest run by the local newspaper. I have never broken a single bone in my body, never ever. My favourite colour is black. Who are we kidding? I hate people who think they are above me and act that way towards me. I can't stand people who think they are up on a pedestal and are really mean and bossy and nasty. I just have no time for it whatsoever. I don't really have a group of friends, girlfriends, anything that I hang out with anymore. I have a lot of internet friends, online friends, international friends, and workmates. And that's about all the room I have for friends in my life. So there you go guys, that was 101 things about me. Thank you so much for watching this video guys. Don't forget to give it a huge thumbs up if you enjoyed it and would like to see more tag videos on this channel. Leave me a comment down below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I will see you all tomorrow with Weigh In Wednesday. Yay! Love you guys. Bye bye.